At the age of 50, that is the time when I felt a voidness that was lingering in me. I got into the illusion that I felt I was always feeling sick. My journey into yoga began that day, where it really relinquished my physical inabilities and mental instabilities. I was able to become more steady in my commitments, more meticulous in my responsibilities. You only can go ahead. Yoga. Namaste. Om Tat Sat. I am Sheela Shri Shivkumar, hailing from South India, Chennai. Being in a Brahmin family, my values are very much grounded to the spiritual lifestyle. However, as years roll by, I embraced the responsibilities of a married woman and therefore was quite unable to complete my post-graduation in economics. That did not stop, nevertheless, because responsibility of the family at that moment I felt was my top priority. However, at the age of 50, that is the time when I felt a voidness that was lingering in me, a kind of despair. I got into the illusion that I felt I was always feeling sick. I am not the type person of that type. I am always very active, very physically agile, and very creative also, because being a part of a South Indian family, the girls are definitely by default trained to sing and dance. All these were plus points, very strong points for me, but however, there was some lingering emptiness that I could not overcome. With the help of my children and my husband, we came to the conclusion the one thing that I'm very passionate about was yoga, which I did not even discover all these years. My journey into yoga began that day, where it really relinquished my physical inabilities and mental instabilities. I signed up to join a yoga class in an ashram where I lived there for a month. I realized just not only learning yoga was just enough. I wanted to impart the knowledge to others, to save others who are struggling just like me. Once I joined the yoga ashram and I started to practice yoga consistently, I could feel the success of taste that was able to transcend all the difficult aspects of my life. I was able to become more steady in my commitments, more meticulous in my responsibilities. As I mentioned to you earlier, we are a family grounded with deep spiritual values, and therefore yoga could give that shape to my spiritual part of my life. After all, yoga, the end of yoga, means to connect with the Supreme Divine, and that gave me the real knowledge about how I can really connect with the Divine Supreme, with emotionally being stable. You only can go ahead. Yoga. It is very appropriate to say that yoga helps you to remove the obstacles that obscure who you are. Yoga has helped me to understand my potential, unveil my abilities and my capabilities. Not only learning yoga became a part of my life now, but I wanted to teach yoga because yoga is so versatile that it is easily adaptable to any body type, whether you're old, young, flexible or not flexible, whatever you are. So therefore I decided to teach yoga because whatever best that I'm receiving by learning yoga, to adapt yoga as a part of my lifestyle, I wanted to share the same bliss, share the same success of making yoga as a part of your life, as a part of paving a way for a healthier lifestyle. Since my school days, I have been a very active, agile person. And being born in a South Indian family, you are default taught music and dance. So I was a very active person, and I have been practicing yoga just from various people or as a part of a sport. Now the schools are teaching as a part of a curriculum. But later, once I joined my ashram, I realized it's just not stretching and moving and trying to touch the toes just without bending your legs, but it's all about the right techniques. Not only the right techniques, it is also the right philosophy that you have to adopt while practicing yoga asanas. So theoretically and by practical knowledge, I started to embrace yoga and teach people the complex teachings of yoga by just making into simple yoga techniques so that people can easily adapt it in their lifestyle. Seeing the innumerable hidden benefits behind yoga, I decided to impart the same knowledge of yoga which I received as it is to many more women who are suffering similarly like me with just that sort of lingering voidness in them. Therefore, I decided to take the teacher's training course, and with successfully coming out as a good teacher, today I'm able to impart the knowledge of yoga not only as a base, just on a physical basis as asanas, but I'm able to impart the deep knowledges about yoga systems to all my students. I am so glad and excited and very happy to see how my yoga students are progressing. Therefore, age is not a limitation. Body is not the limitation. As I always tell to my yoga students, flexible mind gives a flexible hip. So it's all about the mind that you have to be committed to yoga. The seriousness in yoga and the concentration while you're practicing yoga asanas is what will take you further the same to behave off the mat. So it's just practicing yoga with controlled breath work and trying to calm your mind on the mat alone is not enough. We need to take the same practice when we are just following a very, very stable lifestyle. Yoga has been a very strong catalyst in developing a very holistic lifestyle for me. As I started to become more consistent and committed to the yoga practices, just not only merely on knowing the asanas, but even on the meditative level and also on the philosophical level, I was able to graduate myself a lot better. I started to develop it made me feel more magical, it made me feel more mystical, and I started to feel as though I'm developing those extra potential. I always believe in the divine power that there is always potential within us, and there is a door that can open to us if we are strongly progressing towards that worthy ideal. So therefore, I started to teach my journey of yoga to others so that let them also explore and experience a healthy lifestyle. The yogic principles teaches us not only how to develop the moral values, but is so instrumental in developing your individual discipline, by which we are able to become more flexible physically and emotionally stronger by adopting the right ethical values of our lifestyle. Today it has helped me a lot to ground myself more spiritually and impart the knowledge to all my students. I am currently now developing a coaching session for a holistic lifestyle with my students. I'm really conducting about 10 hours of yoga, which keeps me occupied physically and mentally. The best part of yoga is not only it really helps you personally, but I'm able to see many people feeling the benefits of yoga and experiencing it. So that is the greatness about yoga, which makes me feel completely satisfied. Apart from teaching 10 hours of yoga every day, I'm able to develop the skills of talking and making sure that students are feeling very comfortable, that I give them a very, very friendly atmosphere. Today I have more than 40 students who are following me sincerely, and they are also experiencing almost the same blissful experiences that I'm also going through. Therefore, I always say to my students and to all of you that yoga is just not a destination. It is a journey to explore yourself. With the rising and the setting of the sun, add more years to your life by practicing yoga regularly. Commit yourself to the yoga practice. More than just your individual practice, I think the consistency in the yoga becomes better when we do as a community workout. This has really personally helped me, and therefore this is a great motivation that when I'm having a community workout, I'm able to develop the skills of teaching yoga, and also personally it improves my body condition. Apart from being a yoga instructor, I am also a wellness coach and a spiritual facilitator. I have been responsible educating and helping many children and women to imbibe the social, ethical, and spiritual values in their life. Today I see them blooming into wonderful people, having wonderful relationships within their home. Throughout my education life, I have been practicing yoga just as a matter of sport. I did not really care for the philosophy behind it. Somehow it has been sort of, the seed was sown at a young age, which helped my body to be already flexible, and I already had a passion for yoga. But due to the family commitments and many other things, I started to take yoga or any form of exercise as a lowest priority, and my health was into some kind of stress. I always seek to help others, to help their life nurtured, to connect the mind, body, and purify the soul, to surrender to the divine supreme within us. I am very grateful to WEA Talks to give me a platform, an opportunity to talk about and share about my success story about yoga as a part of my life. Thank you so much.